Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count here with a brand new Pokémon GO video, and today we're going to be talking about the New Year's event that we're going to be getting in this game, and a lot of the frustrations that players have been feeling in regards to the sheer amount of costume Pokémon that they are introducing into this game. I do have to agree with a lot of the backlash. I do think that Niantic is getting a little bit ridiculous when it comes to these costume Pokémon, especially because this event is going to be for a very short duration, which means you're going to have very little chance of getting some of these new shinies. I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, real quick before we dive into my thoughts regarding this event, let's go over the details of this event real quick. So first and foremost, there's going to be a couple of event bonuses related to egg hatching. More specifically, for every egg that you hatch, you will get 2 times the amount of Stardust, 2 times the amount of candy, and the egg hatch distance will be cut in half. In the wild, you're going to see a whole bunch of different Pokemon that could potentially be shiny, and a bunch of these will have some sort of costume on them. First and foremost, there is Pikachu with the New Year's hat. There's going to be Slowpoke with the 2020 glasses, which I believe was a pretty big fan favorite last year. And then of course there's going to be this brand new Hoot Hoot with a top hat and bow tie. More on him later. And then of course Party Hat Wurmple is making his return as well. That is another fan favorite. And there's a couple of other Pokemon that will be spawning in the wild that will be somewhat of a filler. In level 1 raids, you're going to see Slowpoke with the 2020 glasses. You will also encounter Hoot Hoot with the top hat, and then of course there is Party Hat Wobbuffet as well as Mawile. And in 3-star raids, you will be able to catch Party Hat Raticate, Party Hat Nidorino, Machamp, Party Hat Gengar, and a brand new Party Hat Slowking. And to coincide with those egg hatching bonuses, 7km eggs will feature pretty much all costume Pokemon. It's going to have the starters with Party Hats, more specifically Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. It could potentially give you a Slowpoke with the 2020 glasses, the new Hoot Hoot with the top hat, Party Hat Wurmple, as well as Pichu with the New Year's hat. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the details of this event. So now let's talk about what my thoughts are regarding this event. I have to say that on paper, this event is actually quite exciting. There's a lot of opportunities for you to get some really exciting shinies, as well as a couple of really cool costume Pokemon, but this is actually the reason why a lot of players are very frustrated with this event. The fact that this event is only going to last for about 5 days means that you will have very little opportunity to pick up some of these shinies and costume Pokemon. Some of these are actually really cool by design, and the fact that the time limit is so short to get these shinies is definitely frustrating a lot of players. Now, one of the shinies that they are going to be introducing through this event is actually going to be Hoot Hoot, and it's going to have a very special costume design for this particular event. It's going to have a top hat as well as a little bow tie. It's a really cool and unique design for this particular Pokemon, and of course with its shiny form it makes it even more cooler. But unfortunately, because of the limited time, your chances of picking up this shiny in the wild is going to be extremely slim, so of course you will be required to do a whole bunch of raids and hatch a whole bunch of 7km eggs in hopes of picking up this one particular shiny. And a lot of players are pretty savvy at how Niantic is setting up this event. It's very clear and evident that they want players to spend money in order to pick up this new shiny. And this is just one of so many different costume Pokemon that they're introducing in this particular event. I mean, pretty much every single Pokemon has some sort of costume design to them, which means that for shiny hunters who are looking for the shiny versions of these costume Pokemon, yeah, it's going to be a really busy time during this particular event. Now, I mentioned earlier that this event is going to be for a very short duration, and actually that's pretty true. It's going to start from December 31st, 2021 from 10 p.m. local time, and it's only going to be going until January 4th at 8 p.m. local time, which means you have roughly about 5 days in order to pick up these new shinies and these costume Pokemon. This means we will most likely not be able to pick up some of these new shinies unless we are extremely lucky. I, for one, really would like to pick up a shiny version of this new Hoot Hoot, but I do not want to set my expectations really high because, of course, there's only 5 days in order to pick up this Pokemon, and I don't plan to do a whole bunch of raiding and egg hatching, so chances are I probably will not pick up this new shiny, and that's kind of a disappointment. I really do think Niantic needs to reconsider how they design these particular events, especially when it comes to the introduction of new shinies as well as some new costume Pokemon, because when it comes to these, either give us a lot more time in order to pick them up, or give us a lot of different options that doesn't involve raiding and hatching eggs. Now, of course, because of the fact that shiny Hoot Hoot is going to be available in the wild, some people will argue that it is not something we have to spend money for, but realistically, if we want this particular shiny, we will have to do every single avenue that is going to allow us to pick up this shiny. That includes hatching 7-kilometer eggs as well as doing raid battles, so realistically, if we wanted this shiny, we would have to spend money. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of players have already picked up on this sort of monetization scheme, but Niantic seemingly has not gotten the message that players are not happy with this sort of thing. So it's really unfortunate because on paper, like I said, this event is actually pretty exciting. There's a lot of nice little bonuses that you could take full advantage of if you do plan to hatch eggs, and on top of that, there are a lot of costume Pokemon that we could look forward to. And of course, picking up a shiny of any of these Pokemon is going to be extremely exciting, but it just seems like a lot of that excitement gets soured by a lot of the different event formats that they go with. But I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of overblowing the player complaints behind this event. It's not necessarily something that's absolutely required, but it is something that I'm sure a lot of players are going to be frustrated with, and I kind of just wanted to voice those concerns on this channel. But in any case, yeah, there's still a lot of good things with this event. I do like the fact that they're bringing back some of the old costume Pokemon, so for some of us who missed out on some of these shinies, we get another opportunity of getting them. Like for example, for myself, I really want to get a shiny Party Hat Gengar, and I get a second opportunity at getting that because of this event. So I do like the fact that they're bringing back some of these old costume Pokemon instead of just introducing new ones every single year. So yeah, there's still a lot of things to look forward to, and I do think this event is not too bad compared to previous events, but in general, I just think they could have done a little bit better. If anything, they could have just kind of gotten ahead of the backlash and introduced a couple of things that would have allowed us to actually enjoy this event. Maybe they could have had the first spotlight hour of January be the new Hoot Hoot. I think that would have been something that would have calmed a lot of players' anger towards this sort of thing, but who knows? Regardless, I know I'm asking a little too much when it comes to Niantic, and I'm expecting a little too much from them, and just like with Party Hat Gengar and Party Hat Nidorino, as well as with Party Hat Wobbuffet, this particular Hoot Hoot will be back in future New Year's events. I do think moving forward, this is going to be one of those New Year's Pokemon that they're always going to bring back, so if I do miss out on the shiny this time around, maybe I'll get lucky next year or the year after that. So yeah, that's really all my thoughts regarding this whole thing, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you upset regarding the way that this event format is being laid out, or are you okay with it and you think that players are just being too negative? Let's have a great discussion, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I will catch you all later.